Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. Let's get right into it. It is Tuesday, May 23rd, at the close of New York. So let's start with oil. Oil's been closed for a while now. So we opened to gap up from that range and closed from yesterday. Had a move down. They hit some support, and then that volatility kicked in, and buyers won that battle, put in some new highs after a quick round trip. That was the high. They surpassed it, meaning were going low. They turned around, round trip, right? Put in new highs, put in new contract highs, and then they pretty much just went sideways for the remainder of the day until we closed around 2:30, and we closed pretty close to where we opened, um, around this area. But even though they did match those lows with another round trip, they just never had that momentum or even time in the market to really keep going. But we are closing positive in oil. As far as gold goes, gold opened below and well below, as in below the range and the close of yesterday. Had a little bit of an opening move down, and then they turned it around and they just kept climbing. There was some consolidation. It was a little bit choppier of a day. There were plenty of potential entries for longs in that market to get back to that close, which we eventually did. We got to it relatively quick, around 10 o'clock, I believe. But with that said, gold is closing positive, or actually not positive, slightly negative. It almost was positive. It was pretty close. It was only a few ticks away. It wasn't very much of a difference. But that after hours trading has already brought us pretty much above that close from yesterday. So that we'll see if that momentum carries on through the overnight. As far as our equities go, we are down on the day. We opened gap down in those markets. We never got into that close or got close to the close in the ES or NASDAQ. The Dow got their close, I believe, or just got close enough to it. But we opened gap down from that range, had a little bit of a dip, and then that climb started, and then it became a fight. Right when we got into balance and we were hitting this HV8, it just went sideways. It became so slow. It was ridiculous. And you can just see here, up until lunch, we were going sideways. And then it was funny because I was in the room and I made a comment that when I was going to lunch, that the market most likely will move because I was leaving, and it did. The sellers stepped in and drove it down with the round trip, and then they started consolidating again ever so slightly, as you can see here, and then that's what took us to the end of the day in the ES. And it's a very similar story in the NASDAQ. If we just scroll back here, we opened gap down, but way below that close and opening. And then we just skidded along that HVA edge. There were plenty of opportunities in the day. Go check out the win-loss break-even video that we put out every day that the markets are open. But ultimately, we did have that round trip, had a response to that HVA edge. If you're unfamiliar with these edges, they are given out to our students the night before so that they can put them onto their respective charts. They may not have the same platform. We do have software that's available for it to automatically load onto supported platforms. But at this time, there's just so many different platforms out there that we offer a different means for them to draw them on manually if they did not elect to get the auto loader that we offer. But evidently, those sellers were really wanting to push that down. And then much like the ES, they kind of just hit support here around this 13,710 mark or 712, whatever you want to call it, area. And they have yet to really break it. Sellers did take charge of the day at lunch. They brought it down. So we are down in all of our equities, down ever so slightly in gold, and then we're positive in oil. If you're interested in learning more information about our methodology that we teach live to our students in the rooms every day the markets are open, we also have instructions in the evening at, I believe, 7 p.m. Eastern that is taught. I'm not really good with time zones. 7 p.m. Eastern that is taught Monday through Thursday for those students that don't have as much time to go over some of those in-depth trades during the day and learning what we do each and every day with our methodology. So that's what we offer. If you're interested in learning more information about that, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Get in touch with a representative at either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every night. You'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. Look forward to seeing you there.